Hello, everyone, and so happy to have Dr.Sree Vandana with us. She's a proud Damsonian and she secured an amazing rank of 10 in NEETPG 2019. Heartiest congratulations, Sree Vandana.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
How do you feel? It's an amazing rank among 1.5 lakh people. So it's an amazing feat. How do you feel?
I'm like speechless, ma'am. Feeling very extremely happy,
Right.
and then it's like a dream come true moment. I've seen many of the toppers giving a interview with you and Sumar Sethi sir, and
Yeah.
I've also dreamt of it during my preparation.
That's very sweet
But I
of you.
never thought it would come
And now
true.
you're here, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
this is-
like I should pinch myself to realize that it's true. So I have no words to explain, ma'am. It's truly a very blissful moment.
Wonderful. And Shree has been a student of the regular batch, current regular batch at Chennai. And Shree, I would want you to begin on how did you decide that yes, you needed the regular course for your preparation?
Ma'am, it's because during my internship I had no idea about how NEETPG preparation is, and also I wanted to enjoy the internship period, and I didn't want to stress myself by preparing for the NEETPG during the internship itself.
Yeah.
So it's must for me to get into a full course regular program which
Okay.
was available in my place Chennai at DAMS. So I joined it, and I had no other thoughts or any queries. It was like I just completely believed in DAMS from the day when like all the classes were like extremely extremely informative, and then I just solely relied on DAMS notes. It's like after each class of DAMS, there will be like a gap of 4 days
Right.
for the next class, and during those 4 days I think if you revise it will be easier because the teacher has already taught you, all the concepts are with you.
Yeah.
So you can just brush it up, and it's like a cakewalk really to read DAMS notes.
Wonderful. Okay. And, Shri, I would definitely want to ask you because that is the query among students as well. How important do you think is actually sitting in a class, listening to the teacher, having biofeedbacks, and then, sort of clearing your concepts and making your own notes? What do you think is the importance of doing this?
Normally in school we have teachers teaching us, and then a period of MBBS where there's not much of academics, there's not much of teaching, and then again we join a course and then there is a teaching.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's somebody for you to
Right.
explain things. Expert in that field is there
Right.
before you to explain things. So it's like simply enjoyable to listen to the class. It was simply enjoyable, and also in a classroom you have all your peer group near you,
Right.
and like even if you have not
And you're
prepared
not
anything,
alone, and you realize that everybody is with you
Going through the same
thing.
same
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Because I think it's very difficult to just sit in a room by yourself and listen to long videos, and that's
Sleepy videos. Yeah.
yes, and it's very difficult to maintain your concentration and your focus there.
Yes,
But-
ma'am. When a person elder to you is capable of standing in front of you and with so much energy, they are putting their efforts from
Right.
morning till evening. I think we can also do the same by listening carefully, mindfully to the class.
Yes, so a very important word you just said, Sree Vandana, and that is a mindful attention in the class. And I'm sure the students would want to know because it just sounds like a big word, but I think it's a very important word. What exactly, would you want to tell your juniors who are doing regular course or would be doing regular course this year? What is mindfulness in the class? Because I think that makes a lot of difference when you make notes and you have a good set of notes with that.
I don't know about others, ma'am, but what I did was I did not prepare anything before the class.
Okay.
I had a very clear mind.
Okay.
I just thought myself, as I didn't know anything about the subject, went with a very clear mind to the class,
Okay.
and took everything that the teacher told me, and then made a very clear notes, and it was fun learning my notes again and again.
And now I would want to ask you, when we say that you have to be not just physically there and you have to be mentally there, and that's what is the difference between listening to long video lectures and listening to a class.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Is that biofeedback. So when a teacher says something, asks you to repeat it, pauses and gives you questions and you reply back, and when you're correct, you feel happy, and when you're not correct, you learn it the other way. And do you think that makes a difference in what kind of concepts you build?
Yes, ma'am. The concepts are all beautifully explained, and I think in notes we can just mention the points which were asked in the previous year papers, which are constantly stressed by the faculty.
Yes.
So I think listening and then taking only the important points is enough. No need to write everything because concepts are already in your mind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, and then now I would want to ask you, Sree, that what would you do post class? So you've attended the class and now you come back, and what would you do then?
Of course, it will be tiring. It will be a tiring day. So just because sometimes it will be like 3-4 days at a stretch. So
Right.
I think it's necessary to have a very good sleep
Okay.
after each class. And it depends on the person. If the person wants to revise, he or she can. But I was not able to do that. Anyway, there was a period of 3 or 4 days
Yes.
gap between the next class. I think that is sufficient.
And in those days, you just did the notes.
Yes,
thoroughly.
ma'am. And
Right.
then the corresponding class test in the test series I gave.
Yes,
and
that's what I
then-
was going to ask. So now, once you have attended the class, you've cleared your concept, made a good set of notes, and we give a post-class test. And most of the tests that DAMS gives in various formats, whether it is SWT or grand test, we would give it with videos, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So did you attend those tests, and how useful do you think they were?
Actually, the tests are like mostly it has been already taught by the teachers, but we do not realize the importance of the note until it has been asked in a question format.
That's so true.
Yes, ma'am. Like I've even made many mistakes, and when I go back and look into the notes, it was already there. I've read it also, but the importance of it is stressed only when it is presented in the form of a question.
So the application, you learn how application can be
Yes,
different,
ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am.
and I think that's what is important, because most of the exams, so we do have the central institutes and the NEET, but whatever exam it is, the core concepts don't change. But yes, the way they ask questions is what changes, and that is why the concept is important, right? And did you listen to the videos in the SWTs, and did you find them useful?
Yes, ma'am. The videos were extremely useful because the teacher would not only explain the answer of that question and will also explain the related questions related to
Right.
that topic. And I think it's like a very good source of information in a very short time.
Yes, because and it becomes very high yielding.
When somebody is teaching you, like it's somebody is telling you, it gets registered in your mind
Yes,
easily
because
instead of just
when you do
reading
a
through
question
it.
on by yourself and you do it wrong, so at the max you would say, okay, I did it wrong, let's see the answer and correct it. But
Yes.
you don't know why you did it wrong, and which is important, because then you can still make the mistake if the options change.
Yes,
or they're close by. And did you do the grand test, Sree?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, Sumar sir and you have been constantly stressing the importance of grant tests and
Yes.
giving them from the beginning. But the thing is, I always fear failures. So I didn't want to give grant tests because in the initial period, there were only few subjects taught and
Yes.
definitely the score would be low.
Okay.
So I didn't give grant tests in the beginning, ma'am. In the final 3-4 months, I gave all the
All the
grant
grant tests.
tests and it was extremely useful, ma'am.
Okay. And did you listen to the videos as well?
Yes, ma'am. The videos I listen.
Right. And now coming to, when we talk about the aims or NEET, there were a good set of visual questions as well, right? And to cater to these kind of questions, we do a special session called DVT. Did you attend that?
Yes, ma'am. It was a 3 days fun session. All the possible images from all subjects were taught to us, and were also given to us in the eMedicos app.
Yes.
So we can just revise through them. There is no need to go for any other sources or go behind multiple sources.
Right.
One-stop solution for all images.
And do you think that was a good source to revise also close to the exams?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Right. And now coming to, the importance of previous year questions. So we'd given you previous year questions on the eMedicos app with solutions and with videos as well. So did you use those, and what do you
Yes,
think it
ma'am.
was?
Mainly in institute exam, there are a lot of repeats from the previous year papers, which
Yeah.
I realized this year.
Yes.
And all the previous year papers with very reliable answers from the concerned faculty, I think
Yes.
is not available anywhere.
Yes.
I mean, we must be blessed to have this kind of facility in DAMS.
And at DAMS we think that we as faculty are answerable to everything that we do. So
Yes,
we would
ma'am.
ensure the quality is sort of maintained.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And now let's move on towards, when you did your classes and you finished them, then comes the time for revision. So what was your strategy for once you finished your classes? How did you go about revising it?
After all the classes got over and we attended DVT, in DVT we came to know about the importance of all subjects, like what are the topics to be importantly covered, all such things were stressed in DVT.
Right.
Post DVT, I did one revision before JIPMER, ma'am, and
Okay.
after JIPMER I did a second revision, and
Okay.
that was it, ma'am.
Okay, so you did approximately 3 revisions,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
what was your main source of revision when you say you revised? What was the primary thing that you revised?
I wanted to keep it simple, ma'am, because I didn't want to go behind so many things anyway. At the end of the day, only when you revise it gets into your
And I
mind.
think keeping it simple has really sort of worked wonders, because that
Yes,
is
ma'am.
the more you try and accumulate things, and
There's no need to know so much or go behind so many sources, so
That's
many
true.
apps. I don't think it's needed, ma'am.
because that adds to a lot of confusion. It gives you a lot
Confusion,
of
it's a burden actually.
and it gives you a lot of information which is actually not required, and it creates a confusion amongst these students whether to do this. So, and I've seen that a lot of people are quoting, they will quote some, what do you call it, as these study, on the internet. They could give references of
Yes,
internets,
yes.
and I don't know how somebody can use internet sources as references, because almost anything is out there. So the material has to be very, very reliable for you. And yes, as you said, if it is concise and you do multiple revisions, that's sort
It
of,
gives a complete satisfaction when you are with one source.
yes.
Yes, ma'am. And also after doing any test, I think it's better to add it to the notes and keep revising them.
Right.
That's much enough.
And when we go to revision and towards the exam, and when it comes to question, did you do only the questions that you did wrong again, or was it just the notes that you revised?
Ma'am, I didn't revise the questions which I had marked wrong, because I had already noted them in the notes.
Okay. So you had just made one copy, which was your notes, and
Yes,
you
ma'am.
put the things that you did wrong in the questions also there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. And now when I go on to the exam strategy, and again close to the exam, do you think there are certain areas that you need to specially stress on, or certain subjects that you need to specially stress on, or it is variable from one student to the other? And how does a child or a student decide that?
Yes, ma'am, it definitely varies from a student to another student. I was very weak in SPM, and SPM class was taught in the very beginning of DAMS.
Okay.
So I had ample time to revise it multiple times.
Oh,
It was helpful for me. And also each student has to decide in which subject he or she is weak in, and concentrate on that more and make it success.
That's amazing. And now I would want to know something about the exam as well, right? So when you gave the exam, how many questions have you attempted?
I attempted 280, ma'am.
280 questions. That's great. And also coming on to 3 parts ABC, and that's exactly how we did the CBT
Yes,
too.
ma'am.
Do you think that it gave you a push or a booster that
Yes, ma'am, definitely, ma'am. After giving CBT, it was just like another CBT, because when the feel that we are writing a NEET exam gets into your mind, you cannot perform because of the performance anxiety.
That's
so I
true.
think you must remain calm throughout the exam, as you and Deeksha ma'am keeps telling, no, like you should breathe in and out whenever you
Yes,
feel
that-
stressed.
because,
I was doing that throughout the exam, ma'am.
and it really pacifies you,
Definitely,
right? And coming to the 3 parts, do you think that what part contributes more, or anything that you want to specially comment on any of the 3 parts ABC?
For the tie-up part C was given the importance,
Yes.
but
That was the
I
clinical,
think,
subjects.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
But in this year NEET, I felt the part A was quite doable.
Okay.
And it kind of gave me confidence in proceeding forward in the exam, because
Okay.
I felt like I knew most of the questions.
That's great.
And I felt
And do
really
you think
great.
that they were from the notes, and you could just relate to the things?
Yes, ma'am. It was like, oh my God, I knew all this.
So that's
After
great. And especially
reading
when
the
you've
notes.
done only the notes of your regular classes, and you get that feeling in the exam. I
Yes,
think
ma'am. It was really a joyful experience giving this NEET exam after reading DAMS notes.
that's very sweet of you, and it reflects in your rank as well. And do you think that okay, so you've told that the importance should be based on what the child is weak in, and sort of revise that. Right. And coming to, any other advice that you feel that your juniors should know when they're preparing for the same exam next year?
Finally, I would like to say that don't go behind multiple sources. Just
Okay.
keep it simple because you are only burdening yourself.
And do you feel that the material that we give is more than enough?
Yeah, it's very concise and it's more than enough, ma'am. Like
Right.
multiple revisions, as you keep stressing, multiple revision of the same source is the mantra.
Is the key, right? Wonderful. And any other motivational line that you want to speak, or any other faculty that you think that
Ma'am, all
from dance-
classes were exceptionally good, ma'am. I personally liked it, Tushar sir's class. It was like full of positivity.
Wonderful. That's great. Yes.
And then during preparation, everybody undergoes a phase of depression. There will be days of very
Yes, I
low
was coming to
mood.
that.
Very low mood. I think it is common for every PG aspirant. So you should just let the day go off, or you can even go out. You need not like worry about studies on that particular day, and remember that tomorrow will be a better day than today.
That's a wonderful piece of advice, that don't stress yourself too much. If you're not able to study in a particular day for some reason, which can definitely come up, then she says that you can just let it be and think that tomorrow is going to be a new day. And I think that's a wonderful line for people who are going to restart again their preparation, that whatever has happened in the exam, you accept it, you work on it, and you realize that tomorrow is a new day, and you can improve from where you are. That's a wonderful advice, and it was a pleasure to have you here, Sree
My
Vandana.
pleasure too, ma'am.
And once again, heartiest congratulations on achieving an amazing rank 10 in NEETPG 2019.
Thank you so much.
Best wishes for a very bright future ahead.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am.